Did you know that Donald Trump is considered Africa's worst enemy, while Putin is seen as a friend? Let's dive into this as the case. Our exploration today revolves around the intriguing contrast between Trump's relationship with Africa and that of Putin's. We'll shed light on Trump's contentious stance, which has led many to perceive him as a foe to the African continent. As we approach the 2024 USA election, here are 5 reasons why African Americans should think twice before voting for Trump. If you like our video, please subscribe to our channel and click on the like button. Firstly, Trump has displayed a racist attitude that is deeply concerning. Not once, not twice, but on numerous occasions, he has shown a troubling disregard for people of color, particularly those of African descent. His infamous remark calling African nations shithole countries is a clear testament to this. This was not a slip of the tongue or a one-off mistake. It was a reflection of a deep-seated prejudice that he has shown through his words and actions. He has also displayed a clear bias against immigrants, especially those from non-Western countries. His travel ban on predominantly Muslim countries and his derogatory comments about immigrants from Mexico and Central America are indicative of this animosity. Furthermore, his response to the Black Lives Matter protests in the summer of 2020, when he referred to the protesters as thugs and threatened to unleash vicious dogs and ominous weapons on them, showed a flagrant disregard for the struggles of Black individuals in America. This blatant racism is a clear reason to reconsider supporting Trump in the 2024 election. Secondly, Trump's populist rhetoric is divisive and harmful. His speeches often revolved around a central theme, blaming America's problems on foreigners. This kind of rhetoric creates a dangerous divide within the country. It fosters an us versus them mentality, which only serves to deepen the existing divisions within the American society. By shifting the blame onto foreigners, he effectively deflects attention from the real issues that America faces. It's a classic case of scapegoating, a tactic used by many populist leaders throughout history. They divert the public's attention and encourage misplaced anger towards a convenient other. But let's be clear, America's problems cannot be solved by blaming foreigners. They are complex and multifaceted, requiring thoughtful and comprehensive solutions, not sweeping generalizations and finger-pointing. We need a leader who can unite, not divide, who can inspire, not instigate. Trump's scapegoating of foreigners is another reason to reconsider voting for him. Thirdly, Trump's disrespect for Africa is undeniable. We can't forget the time he referred to the diverse, richly cultured continent as a shithole. This was not just a derogatory comment, but a clear indicator of his dismissive view towards Africa and its 54 vibrant nations. What does this say about his understanding and appreciation for the people, the cultures, and the potential that Africa holds? It's not just about the words, but the attitude behind them. His flippant disregard for an entire continent shows a lack of respect, empathy, and global awareness. Moreover, his comments reflect a disturbing prejudice that has no place in the leadership of a diverse, multicultural nation like the United States. How can a leader who disrespects Africa, a continent that has contributed so much to the world, be trusted to make fair and balanced decisions? This blatant disrespect for Africa is yet another reason to reconsider supporting Trump. Fourthly, Trump's policies have been harmful to Africa. Let's talk about his trade policies first. His America First policy translated into tariffs and trade wars, which had severe repercussions on African economies. When America sneezes, Africa catches a cold, and this policy was like a full-blown flu. Then there's the issue of his climate change denial. Africa is one of the continents most vulnerable to climate change, yet Trump pulled America out of the Paris Agreement, hampering global efforts to fight this existential threat. He dismissed it as a hoax, ignoring the dire implications for Africa. And let's not forget about his immigration policies. His Muslim ban affected several African countries, separating families and creating unnecessary hardship. His decision to end temporary protected status for certain African nations also made life harder for immigrants, forcing them to live in uncertainty. These harmful policies are another reason to reconsider voting for Trump. Finally, Trump has shown a lack of support for African Americans. His presidency was marked by policies that disproportionately disadvantage this community, from education to healthcare. His dismissive responses to racial injustice issues were alarming. Instead of addressing systemic racism, he often stoked racial tensions for political gain. His actions have shown a disregard for the struggles and hardships faced by African Americans. This lack of support for African Americans is the final reason to reconsider voting for Trump. In conclusion, there are numerous reasons to reconsider voting for Trump in the 2024 election. From his racist attitude and populist rhetoric to his lack of respect for Africa and harmful policies, it's clear that he's not the best choice for those who value unity and equality. Moreover, his lack of support for African Americans is deeply troubling. It's essential to remember as we approach the voting booths that our choice should reflect the America we hope to see, one that supports and respects all its citizens. Remember, your vote is important. Make sure it's for a candidate who truly supports and respects all Americans, regardless of their race or nationality.